While my dad was sorting the mail, he suddenly slammed the table and yelled, "Who opened this envelope?" My mom, my brother Jake, and I all froze mid-bite at the dinner table. Dad was standing by the kitchen counter where he'd been casually flipping through the day's mail, but now his face had gone completely white. "What envelope?" Mom asked, setting down her fork. Dad held up a torn envelope, his hands actually shaking. "This one, from the law firm. Someone opened it before I got home." The thing is, nobody touches Dad's mail. That's been the rule in our house since forever. He's always been weird about his privacy, sorting everything himself, keeping his office locked. We just figured he was one of those people who liked their space. "I didn't touch your mail," Jake said defensively. "I just got home an hour ago." I shook my head too. Neither did I. Maybe it came like that, but Dad wasn't buying it. He pulled out the letter inside, and I watched his eyes scan it before his jaw clenched. "This was sealed when it was sent. Someone in this house opened my mail. That's a federal crime, you know." Mom stood up now, walking over to him. "Let me see that." She reached for it, but Dad yanked it away. "Why are you being so weird about this?" she asked, her tone shifting from concern to suspicious. That's when my brother said the thing that changed everything. "Wait, isn't that the return address from Morrison and Associates? That's the firm that handled the Hendersons' divorce." The room went dead silent. Dad's face somehow got even paler. Mom's voice dropped to this scary, calm tone. "Why would you be getting mail from a divorce attorney, honey?" "It's not what you think," Dad stammered, but his eyes were darting around like he was looking for an escape route. I remembered then. Earlier that afternoon, I'd grabbed what I thought was my college acceptance letter from the counter. It was a cream-colored envelope, same size, and I got so excited thinking it was for my top choice that I tore it right open. But when I saw it was addressed to Dad from some law firm, I panicked, shoved the letter back in, and put it with his mail pile. I thought I'd gotten away with it. My stomach dropped. "Dad, But Mom was already reading the letter over his shoulder. He'd given up trying to hide it. Her voice cracked. "You filed for divorce 2 months ago without telling me?" Jake pushed back from the table. "What the hell, Dad?" Dad tried to speak, but Mom held up her hand. She kept reading, her face cycling through about 15 different emotions. Then she did something I never expected. She started laughing. Not like happy laughing. This sharp, almost hysterical laugh that made all of us uncomfortable. "This is why you've been acting so weird," she said, wiping her eyes. "The separate bank account, the weekend trips, the locked office, working late every Thursday when Linda just happens to have the same schedule." "Mom," I started. She turned to Dad, still smiling, but her eyes were ice cold. "You want to know something funny? I opened that envelope, not the kids, me, this morning when it arrived, and I already called my own lawyer 3 hours ago." Now it was Dad's turn to look shocked. Mom pulled out her phone, showed us a screenshot of an email. "I filed first, yesterday. Your filing doesn't count because mine was processed 24 hours earlier." She looked at Jake and me. "Your father wanted a divorce so he could marry his co-worker Linda, but he was trying to hide assets first, drag things out, make it messy, move money into accounts under his brother's name, claim his bonus wasn't marital property." Dad's mouth opened and closed like a fish. "But thanks to you," Mom looked at me, "accidentally opening this, I knew he was planning it, so I beat him to it. My lawyer's already frozen the accounts he tried to move money into, every single one." She grabbed her wine glass, took a sip, and said to Dad, "You played yourself. The envelope you're so mad about, that's the only reason you're not getting away with this. My attorney says I'll probably get the house, majority custody timeline for visits, and a nice chunk of your pension since you committed fraud." Dad dropped into a chair, still holding that opened envelope. Jake started slow clapping, and honestly, I joined in. Mom smiled. "Dinner's getting cold."